Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Banished. I believe we are on episode 2. Yes, I can count because we've only done one episode and I'm recording them back to back. But in the last episode we didn't do a whole lot. We basically just got our village infrastructure up and going. Hap's been busy. He's been telling his people to go out there and set up, food shops and start planting some trees because he knows we're going to need those later. And start fishing because he knows we're going to need fish. We got a really late start on our season last time, so we only got 351, but still, that's not too bad. Hap's pretty pleased about that. You might be asking, where is Hap? There's no Hap. I can't rename anybody, so there's not going to be a Hap. Sorry. Hap manages his village from far away. Perhaps we'll put a ship in or something where he manages his colony from. I don't know. We'll just assume that at some point he lives in the town hall or something and he's never seen by anybody. It doesn't count himself on the census. So let's see. I think in this episode we need to really focus more on some production qualities. I did kind of want to see, what do we have in the way of seeds? I'm just going to put in a little field here. We're not going to keep this, but let's see. We have sorghum and beetroots. Interesting. It's interesting to note that when I was testing and using this map seed, I believe I did this, and I believe these were the same two crops. So I'm not sure how it decides what crops you're going to start with. I don't know if it's the climate conditions, which would be great if it is, because that means those things grow here, or if it's the map seed itself. Probably more likely. Let's see. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this will be, I believe, red mulberries. It is red mulberries. So they're all the same seeds. So I'm going to assume that one of the starting conditions, map seed or something, is what generates what those seeds are going to be. So, interesting little tip there. Unless it's just a pure fluke. That's a possibility. So let's see, we should see a lot more fish this time around. And I kind of think we're going to build the bulk of our town kind of down here, just out of the range of this herbalist here. And in fact, I'm just going to move him up there. And I wanted to see if I could maybe show you the happiness bonuses. Yes, okay, so the hospital has happiness bonus. It's at pink there. An unhappy bonus, I believe, is dark red, so we'll take a look at that. But there's our happiness bonus. So while we did find out in the last season that a hospital smack dab in the middle of town may not be the best idea because all the sick people are walking through town and it appears to spread the disease faster, which would make sense, it does produce a significant happiness bonus having it that way. So we may still want to put it in the middle somewhere. I'm not sure. And then we have, I believe, minors here. So you can see the dark red circle. Anybody trapped in that's going to have a negative effect on their happiness. I think for our early game trading commodities, I'm thinking candles and or mead is the best way to go. Mead and candles sell for quite a bit, and they're fairly easy to make. We can make candles from a couple different ingredients, which is great, and we can produce a ton of honey fairly easily. So I think we are going to go with that, and I want to try to lay this out early game here as a functional thing as opposed to the aforementioned pretty. So I think what we're going to do is put in like 3 apiaries. I'm leaving a spot in between for a road on each one. And I am going to pause the outer two. And we are going to put in a small tavern at some point and a brewery, but we need logs to do that. So I think, to start with, we are going to put in, helps if I click on the right things, we're going to put in either a sawmill or with a water wheel sawmill or a normal sawmill. And we use 120 logs versus 80 logs and 30 stone. Both are fairly abundant right now. And I think this would look really good over here. And I think if I did it... So the downside with this is all the logs are still way over there because of where the forester is going to be putting them for my wood chopper. But I can fix that by moving everything to this other side, including the wood chopper. And I don't even really need the wood chopper in the end. So I think this would look really good right here. Page up and page down. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that. Page up and page down will allow you to slightly rotate things, or elevate things, so you can see them on a different plane. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the heck with it. I'm going to put that in right there. And we are going to get that up and going as soon as possible. That'll allow us to get some lumber. We can always turn it off and it'll still look pretty. And let's go ahead and get somebody working here on our bees. And even though we can't actually build it just yet, we can go ahead and put in our taverns. And I'm going to put the taverns and the breweries. Let's see, how big is the brewer? And he's pretty much going to take up everything. So we're going to put him in the brewer. I think we'll put him in like... You know, I think these other two apiaries are misaligned. So for now, we're not building them right now anyways, so I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of them. They're going to be there eventually. But I don't think I have them placed right. So let's do a tavern, or a brewery and a tavern. And the question is I think this might be the best way to put it in. Put it in here, and then put our tavern in. You can pause that. And then put our tavern in right beside it. So, kind of like a production chain here. We'll put some more apiaries maybe on this side, and then they can all get to the same place. But we're going to need some homes here. And in fact, I'd be very surprised if we don't already need homes for this. And I'm going to go with go ahead and go with bigger homes. Now, let's see. Do we want to go with log cabins or just wood structured homes? A lot less resources with a regular wooden house, so I think we'll just go with that for now. And I'm going to put, I think, one here and one here. The great thing is we can always go back and destroy it later. And let's see, let's go ahead and drop these down to, oh, that needs to be turned off. And I'm going to go ahead and pause this one too. Now he's producing honey. The bad thing is he's walking all the way up here to drop off his honey, so let's go ahead and take care of that situation. And I think that I will do this with a big barn, I think. I really think that actually the best place to put this barn would probably actually be in front of the apiary. I'll put it like right there. Now he was actually taking honey apparently over here, but he was taking beeswax up here, so it is what it is, I guess. We'll see how it goes. Okay, look, we're doing almost 1,000 fish, and it's just early winter, so we're doing pretty good there. But our reserve of food is certainly running low. We got 5 people. I think it makes the most sense to put another person in the gatherer's hut at this point in time. And you see, we got a lot of people living in the same house, so it's something we certainly need to remedy there. And we're out of stone and we're out of wood both. So let's go ahead and do this. We're just going to clear cut just about everything down here. And let's take out a good portion of this rock as well. And temporarily, it's only going to stay. But let's put in a pretty good sized stockpile down here too. Somewhere they can take some stuff. And we're doing okay on firewood. He didn't like it, but actually he's talking about logs. So let's, yeah, we're still getting logs cut, so we'll let that go. We'll see how it happens here. And we will want to get some roads put in. Here's the colored roads I was referring to. They're all dirt roads, but they're different colors. They're not practical to use everywhere by any means, but they could be practical to use some. I'm going to go with country dirt roads for now, though. I'm going to put one in just right there to kind of speed up some of the walking that goes on there. Maybe go ahead and come up. Let's take it out to here. We'll come up to here. Here and here. And do something like that. And I should probably off over here. And we'll do that. Oops. How much should we do there? 1,196. Pretty darn good. And we got this meal almost up and going. And I think I am going to go ahead and put in a wood stockpile. We'll have it run like, I don't know, something like this maybe? No, let's go down a little further. Yeah, we'll go with something like that. And then once that gets built, we'll tear this one down. And we'll probably get rid of this chopper as well, and we'll just make wood and lumber from over here as we need it. Our food is much, much lower than I was anticipating. I could put in a water scavenger, but I think I've been pretty unhappy with the production of that in the past. Could be better off with a tidal pool, but I can't build that yet either. Perhaps the best thing to do right now would be to like increase our hunter. Oops. Alright, we got this thing up and going. So let's do this. We'll tell him no work, and then he'll go over here, and we will move that. We're still waiting on that stockpile to get built. And for now, let's go ahead and we're going to do lumber. We'll get a few pieces of lumber in. We need a total of 50 lumber to start with. We are like way out of stone. Let's go ahead and grab that. And cut out a few more trees. I don't really want him to be cutting just yet. Although it might be time because he hasn't actually grabbed any rock at all or anything. So it means he may not be doing this. Possibility. Yeah, let's go ahead and tell him to cut. And we need to put in a stockpile for the lumber. I think we can actually choose. I want to say it's a material. So we'll put in just a small one there. And we're going to put in a wooden house up here too. Got our barn getting ready to be up and building. I got some ideas for things I want to do down here. I think we're going to end up using some of the set pieces to do some walls and such. I think that will be really cool. What is this? Cave of Crazy Contraptions. Used to define an area to selectively cut down trees and plant new seedlings. Exclusively plants trees used in all the Wild Things map. Interesting. So I was kind of thinking we could put in like some quay buildings. Quay? Quarry? I'm not sure how you say that. But I was thinking about doing something like that all the way around here, but we'll have to flatten this to make that work. And some of them are free, so that's good. One thing I'd like to have that we can't really afford to build as a town hall, so I'm going to build a town arrival. And I think I'll put him... Oh, I don't know. There. Could put it over here. Yeah, let's do that. Put it right there. Put it right like that. And we got our stockpile up and going. So let's go ahead and get rid of this one. So now we should bring stuff down here and then take it over here, and then this guy can come pick it up right here. Let's put in logs there. How much lumber have we produced? 35 lumber. So we got at least enough for this one. And they are building here. I'm gonna let them just be. Producing over here. It's doing good. Doing any better on... Oh yeah, we're doing much better on gathering this year round, so that's good. Not sure how we're doing on that. We'll have to wait and see. Probably a couple seasons before we know what's going on there. It might not be a bad idea. We have enough people now. It might not be a bad idea to go ahead and get a crop field in, just so that we can grow something and have some sort of food on the tables. Kind of thinking like a 10 by 10. That's probably not an ideal size, but it's temporary. And we'll go ahead and get this one up and going too. How's our tool guy doing down here? He's doing alright. This is up and going, so now we can take a look, and we got 8 homes to 10 families, so that's something we need to take care of. How are we doing on iron ore? We have 39 iron ore, so we're still okay there, more or less. Alright, so let's do this. I think we're gonna go with beetroot for now. Let's grow it. Hopefully that'll offset some of our food issues. And we've got plenty of lumber here now, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch him over to logs for a little bit. Just to get us a little bit of wood into our firewood into our stockpiles. And one of the other things I really want to do is maybe here, or possibly even up along here, not sure. I want to put in some dock reed farmers so that we can start making some fire bundles and such. I think this would work out pretty good. Oh, maybe down here. In fact, if we flatten this out now, we could build a dock over here and we could build some stuff in between them. That, I kind of like that idea. Now, I don't think we want to use this one because I don't know if our people could necessarily come out here to chop down all these trees. So I think I'm going to go with the power tool. And the flatten power tool basically just means I'm going to flatten it and I'm going to flatten it on the spot. I think I'm going to go with... Hopefully this doesn't look terribly stupid. Go with something like that. It's pretty good. Put one over this way. And I think do something like that. Like that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments what you think of this. The textures look weird because of the way it flattens it out. You know, it's not really something that was technically built into the game, but it works, it functions. Did I go too far? No, I didn't. That's just about perfect. Okay. And then what I'm thinking is we'll put quay walls and some fisheries coming off over here. Yeah, I think that'll work out nicely. And then we're going to put in, I think, we'll put in anyways. Just going to put in the 2 for now, but we're going to bring this all the way over, I think, and then we'll put in some reed farmers on it. Probably a barn. Yeah, I think that'll look pretty darn nice once we get that all done. It's going to take a while for us to get all that up and going, no doubt, but let's try to make some mead. And let's see. Kind of think it's probably a good time to get an herbalist up and going too. We'll do this right before we end the episode here. Get our herbalist and something right like that ought to work just fine. Probably gonna need another home though for this general area. I might just go ahead and go with another tiny shack since it's way out here. Maybe... Oh, we can't put it there because of the stockpile. We'll go with right like that. Alright guys, I think that's going to do it for this episode. So just a quick little recap here. We got our beetroot farmer in. He hasn't produced anything yet, but hope it's spring now, so hopefully he'll get that going. Probably need a home over here, but let's see. Labor, fisher. So yeah, we probably do need another home. said that was the end of the episode, but let's take a quick look here. 8 to 11, and we just built one home over here, so yeah, we definitely need another home over here. And I think we will just stick with another dock shanty. Maybe we'll put the dock shanty down here. That ought to be close enough to that building up there to live in. And of course there's a farmer here, so he's walking from here to here too, so that ought to be okay. So yeah, we're gonna be producing some beets, more or less a temporary thing, I think. We got our herbalist up and going, so let's go ahead and put an herbalist in there. And got some homes up and going. We produced some lumber, which allowed us to get our brewery and our small tavern up and going. This also ought to help out a little bit with the happiness aspect. And I can already see something that I'm not a huge fan of right there. That barn is intersecting the brewer. So we may have to fix that later. I said barn, but it's an apiary. I don't know, could just leave it too, I suppose. I mean, you could technically construct like this, so I guess it's not super terrible. Looks a little funny. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Think I should change that out or just leave it be? I don't know. We'll see. I certainly wouldn't do it until I had some more apiaries up and going. And our food situation is much, much better now. So that is good. We added more people to our hunter and gatherer. Not sure if the hunter's actually doing much more. We certainly did better on gathering last season. And we're cutting trees now as well as planting, so it's good. And they're bringing them down to this little conveyor belt system here, putting our lumber on a material stockpile. We're not really producing any more lumber at the moment. And let's see. I do believe that is gonna be it, guys. So let me know if you got any questions. Like, comment, subscribe. See you back again next time.